Hey guys, welcome to Beards of Kentucky. Today I'm going to be talking about Bending Hectic, the latest track from Tom York and Johnny Greenwood's side project, The Smile. Is it a dud or a stud, a turkey or a gem? Get the official BOKY take and more, but first, mash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Alright, so is Bending Hectic any good? Let's talk about it. Well, the track opens in this sort of dreamy haze, a freestyle sort of opening. It's pretty gorgeous. It's this sense of being unrestrained, no rhythm. This really interesting sort of free-form guitar riff that kind of bends. A little maybe a little I don't know, a little wink to the bends or something like that. But it kind of bends. Weird sort of sound that you don't really hear too much in Radiohead's music necessarily. But it goes on that same sort of what I'd call kind of a jazzy vibe, for lack of a better term, that we've seen with The Smile. Great string work early on, too. Really, really just beautiful, dreamy kind of string work. It has a very romantic feel to it. And then there's this striking image that we get early on in the lyrics, a sheer drop down the Italian mountainside. There's just this like sense of beauty, of overwhelming gorgeousness, this romantic feel, but then this sense of abandonment and acceptance of abandonment, right? Like that I'm okay with just losing myself in this moment. We see lyrics like "I'm letting go," right? This gives us this sense that whatever this beautiful place we're in, this Italian mountainside, driving around in this maybe, old 60s car, 60s convertible, that we're ready to just let go at this moment, right? To give it all up. At the 3 minute mark, it transforms into something a little slower with "It Might Be as Well." And when I say slower, it is actually moving in a way, but it's almost like time slows down a little bit at that moment. And it kind of grabs, it kind of takes you out of that dream and puts you into this, more of a direct moment, but it's kind of slowed down, if you will, maybe like half pace, a little crunchier, a little less dreamy. And then we get this image, the words of the slings and arrows. It invokes Hamlet's famous "to be or not to be" soliloquy. There's again this strange sensation of losing all sense of grounding, of losing touch, of wanting to lose control, of really being okay with losing everything. The late string build that comes in the last 3 quarters of the song it's really the most incredible wall of sound I've heard in pop music since Climbing Up the Walls. Really, like, it was the most arresting thing about this track the first time I heard it, for sure. And it just all ends in this massive rock cacophony. Despite these slings, despite these arrows, I'll force myself to turn. It's the picture of a desperate soul contemplating ending it all, but choosing to endure instead. A powerful and even beautiful statement, I'd say. The theme of losing control of an automobile reminds me of some of Radiohead's early lyrical themes, including Airbag and Killer Cars, but this is a different vision here. The lyrics contemplate letting go of control, but instead choosing to hang on at the last second. There's almost like this conviction that I'm going to hang on despite the way that all the world feels to me right now. Like I'm in this beautiful moment where I'd be okay with ending it all, but despite everything else around my life, that's going on, when I come back down, I'm going to hang on, right? I'm going to hang on. I have some purpose here. So, what do I think? Well, it's still a fairly hot take, but I think Bending Hectic is a masterpiece. The first time I heard it, I was incredibly impressed by just how fresh and inspired Tom and Johnny sound, and how The Smile increasingly seems like less of a Radiohead side project and more of how I'd expect the next great Radiohead album to sound. I mean, I'm a sucker for any song that can allude to the best of Shakespeare without sounding pretentious, and York here masterfully channels the desperation of Hamlet's famous soliloquy. I just can't stop saying famous. But I'm also impressed by how well the music itself tells the story. Early on, the floating guitar and dreamy strings make you feel like you're driving in a vintage 60s soft top on a clear day in the Italian mountains, all of the glorious beauty of nature around you. You ever been in a moment like that where you're just kind of up high and it's beautiful and you're driving and you just have the wind on your face and everything is just perfect? It's this beautiful, beautiful vibe. There's something totally unsettling about it, but it's totally romantic as well. The track as a whole just feels incredibly immersive, something you can lose yourself in, like a short film. And those crazy strings in the 3rd quarter of the song, it's like some grand tension building to the moment of decision, Will I end it all right here, go out on this high note, do it by choice, or continue to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune that this life sends my way every day? The final call: despite all of these troubles, I'll go on. I love it. I love how Tom York kind of defies what people sort of expect of him with his lyrics and finds the way to almost find this message of hope in this song. So yeah, Bending Hectic is another silver arrow in the Smiles quiver, and one of my favorite new tracks so far this year. I would wholeheartedly give it an A. I mean, what even is a Radiohead? Am I right? I'm just kidding. Tom, Johnny, it's been 7 years. How about a new Radiohead album in 2024? I'd be okay with another Smile album this year, even an EP, but a new Radiohead album 2024, that would be very cool. I think you guys have blazed some new territory with the Smile, and I think it's time to bring it back to the heart of it all, which is Radiohead. Well, thanks for watching this video review of Bending Hectic by the Smile. What do you think of Bending Hectic? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll talk at you next time.